The first card you have for your past is the Lovers. Yes, you can hear it now, but it's very quiet, so I'm just going to keep going. So, yes, the Lovers card. Okay, so let's see. I'm seeing two things in this card, actually. I'm seeing beginnings, and I'm also seeing choices in this card. I'm seeing you trying to start again with someone, or you're both trying to start again, get back together again, something like that. Trying to go back to the start with someone, that's what I'm seeing. And yes, this is the Garden of Eden in this card, the Garden of Eden. So this is right back at the very beginning of everything. That's what it's supposed to be. So I'm saying trying to get back to the start together, with someone, because there were a lot of, you were doing a lot of trying. That's why I'm saying trying. You were doing a lot of trying. There was a lot of trying on your part, but you could have felt like, you were trying a lot harder than they were. That's what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing you trying to show this person or tell them something quite deep, quite meaningful to you. And you're trying to talk about something that had happened in your past, some issue, and you were really opening up. You're speaking on a very deep level. You're being very eloquent. You're being very kind of clear. But this was right from your heart. It wasn't just like you're being eloquent. It was like this was right from your heart, this thing that you were talking to them about. And I don't know if they're even able to understand this deep level that you were on, this deep level that you were talking on, if that makes sense. This person really did want some kind of a new beginning with you. I'm seeing that. You both kind of wanted the same thing. But it could have been maybe a surface level connection, or maybe even more of a superficial connection, or maybe it was just that they weren't kind of able to connect with you on your kind of level, because you were quite deep, quite meaningful. Now, cross-watchers, don't be angry with me. I'm not saying you're not a deep person. This isn't for you, cross-watchers. This is for Pisces. But because yes, if you look at this card, the man on this card is looking over to the woman, but the woman's looking up to the angel, up to the heavens. So the type of relationship that you were really envisioning, the one that you wanted to go back to, the one that you wanted, was a lot deeper than the one that they were seeing or willing to see. You were looking to the heavens, you were looking up, to the angel. You were seeing something very deep, very meaningful in this connection. That was what you wanted, but this person wasn't seeing that. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your past is the Page of Cups. So yes, this person wasn't as serious. They weren't as serious about things as you were. I'm seeing one specific thing again. I'm seeing one specific thing from your past, that maybe they didn't feel comfortable talking about, or they didn't want to talk about this. You felt that it was important to talk about whatever this was. Yes, there's a rocky sea. There's a rocky sea behind the man on this card. And so, yes, you've been through a lot of ups and downs with them. But this man has his back to all of this rockiness. He has his back to the rocky sea. He's focused on fun things. He's looking at this little fish jumping up and down in this cup, and he's smiling and looking at it. But the rocky past, all of the problems, everything like that is behind him. He has his back to all of those things. So yes, you're a fun person as well. You're not all serious, but when it came to this subject, it was a very serious subject. Something that happened between you in your more distant past was very serious, very important to you to discuss, but they were more focused on now. They might have been saying things like, oh, don't worry about that. That's all in the past. Let's have fun. Let's just enjoy our time. Now, you might feel like, yes, I understand where you're coming from, but if I don't address that thing, it's always going to be in my mind, and it's going to crop up again. It's going to come up again in my mind. I want to get this. I want to work through this before I actually want to make a fresh start with you again, because also I don't know if this is going to happen again. It might happen again. So this is important to me. And you're talking about this on a very, very deep and meaningful level, but they weren't able to meet you on that level. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your past is the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be how they were seeing you, the Knight of Pentacles. Very serious, plodding along very slowly, not very fun, not very exciting. And again, you can be fun. You know that. You can be fun, you can be exciting, you're fun, and all of those things. But you're also very deep. You're a very deep thinker. And again, I don't see this person being able to meet you on your level of thinking, your very deep level of thinking. You have a very deep, almost spiritual way of seeing things and thinking. And they weren't quite able to meet you on that level. Same thing I'm seeing again all the way through your past. So the first card you have for your present is the Five of Swords. Yes, this is very... The message in this card I'm seeing is be very careful that you don't get into a situation where there might be things said that you might regret. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So I know this isn't the Three of Swords, this is the Five of Swords, but if you look at this man, he's holding three swords. He's holding three swords. So yes, I've been seeing conversations going on between you and this person. I'm seeing there were some frustrations around this because they weren't addressing something, and also because they weren't understanding where you were coming from, your deep kind of conversations. I haven't seen any actual fights. I'm not seeing any coming either. But this is a message telling you to walk away from any of these conversations before they actually turn into some kind of fight or argument or something like that. It's kind of telling me that, it's showing me that you need to walk away because the men in the back of this card are just walking away. So you need to kind of walk away before it gets to some kind of... before harsh words are said, words that can't be taken back. Once you've said something, you can't take them back. And once they've said something, they can't take them back. The other thing I'm seeing is, if someone has a completely different mindset to you, which is what I'm seeing is going on here, it can be almost impossible to make them see your side or understand you. I'm seeing this isn't easy for you, obviously. This is a very difficult situation for you because you're a loyal person. And I don't mean to sound harsh, but how loyal or caring is someone who doesn't even try to understand you? So for things to work, care and understanding has to go from both directions or come from both directions, not just one direction. That might be how you're thinking. But maybe I'm being too harsh on them, because maybe it's just that they don't understand how to meet you in the middle. It might be that, because there is a lack of understanding of you. They do have quite a basic lack of understanding of where you're coming from. That's what I'm seeing. It's like a complete disconnect. You're trying, but there's a disconnect. So the next card you have for your present is the Seven of Pentacles. So yes, I'm seeing something like a project or some work or business thing that you're working on, something work related. This is also something that's very, very important to you. It's very close to your heart. So this might sound a bit strange, but you could be stalling, you could be procrastinating on working on this or some area of this project. Now, you have had a lot on your mind, a lot of this other stress with this person, but I don't think this procrastination is about that. I'm seeing that, it's like your mind says, right, hurry up and do this thing. So you go to do this thing, and then you kind of have this horrible feeling of, oh, I don't want to do this right now, I'm going to do something else. This is this procrastination that stops you from doing this. Now, yes, your emotions could be stopping you from actually making you do this thing. So it's like your emotions are in the way of you doing something. And your emotions are making you feel like doing anything other than working on this thing. Now, sometimes this can be about a fear of success even. You might think, why would anyone want to fear success? Well, if you do this project, you have success on it, you might have a lot of changes happen to you. The people around you might change, you might change, your circumstances might change. You might be kind of a little bit comfortable where you are, where you're living. in your surroundings, and you might think, you know, if I have to change, if I have this success, I might have to change all of these surroundings. You might be looking over your shoulder at people. It might be something like that. So you might be afraid at this success. And I don't know if this is actually what's happening with you, but think about why this might be, why you're procrastinating, and, you know, see if you can address what this is, because I'm seeing that actually deep down you really, really do want this. You want to achieve this. Your heart wants to achieve this. Your mind wants to achieve this. It's just some block that you have that's stopping you from actually working on this and getting it moving. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing that, okay, this is going to sound really strange and trivial, but it isn't. I'm just going to say it anyway. Okay, I'm just going to say this. There could be something that you've lost. I'm seeing a small object that you might have lost. This is a very small thing. This is something you've been kind of racking your brains up around, looking for this, looking in drawers, looking under things, looking under the sofa, looking all around. This is with a person. I'm not seeing anyone stolen anything. I'm not seeing anything dramatic like that, but you might have left it in someone's house, in someone's home, or even in someone's car. You might have dropped it or left it somewhere with that person. I just wanted to say that that was what I was seeing. Hopefully that helps someone. The last card you have for your present is the Page of Pentacles. So yes, again, I'm seeing this project. I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles, and there's money around this. There's financial success around this. Two Pentacles. So you're going to get financial success. You might be slightly afraid of what that brings as well. But yes, you're looking up to this thing. You really want to achieve this thing. But there's also worry around this. There's also some fear around this. There is some fear around this. Yes, I'm seeing this. Look at how carefully this page is holding this coin. He wants it. He wants it. He's looking up lovingly to it. He's like, I love this. It's beautiful. I want this. But he's almost afraid of dropping it. He has it on the tips of his fingers. So if this resonates, try not to think about any potential problems that might come with this success. Try to put anything like that aside. Just say, yes, this problem might come, that one might come, this one. But I don't have those problems now. They're problems for later. I'm going to put them to one side. I'm just going to work on achieving this. And whatever comes along with this, good, bad, otherwise, I will deal with this later. Because if you don't work on this, if you don't finish this, you will regret it. You'll look back and you'll say, I should have done this, I should have done that, but I was so worried about success. What was I worried about? I really wish I'd done that. That's how you're going to feel if you don't do it, so do it. The first card you have for your future is the Emperor. So again, this is really reflecting the Five of Swords, because I'm seeing that, you know, you still kind of, both of you really do care for each other, you and this person in the Lovers card. You both want this new beginning with them. You both want to come right back to the start with them. You had a rocky past, but you want to get back to the start with them. You still have feelings for them. Whether they're on your level or not, you have feelings for them. Whether they're on your level or not, they have feelings for you. That's what I'm still seeing. But there's so much frustration around this, and there's still going to be that frustration at this time in the future. I'm seeing you, you're going to have to be very careful that things don't escalate into arguments or fights, because I'm seeing you're determined to have this conversation with this person. You're determined to get to the bottom of whatever this past issue was in your rocky past. They're also determined not to talk about this. And the Emperor, you know, the Emperor is so determined. He's determined, he's strong, he wants to get on, he wants what he wants. But he has a suit of armour underneath his robes. Look at his legs. So be careful. Don't let this escalate into any kind of argument or fight or anything like that. Just be very, very careful around this. The other thing I'm seeing in this is all the way through with this relationship, in any form it's had in your past, you have been the Emperor or a kind of leader in this relationship. They're more childlike, or they've been more childlike. That's what I was seeing in the Page of Cups. You've always had this. Now, I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you whether to kind of stay with this person, leave this person, whatever. But I don't think you want a child. You don't want a child. You want a partner. You want an equal. That's what I want anyway. But that's all I'm going to say about that. The next card you have for your future is the Knight of Cups. So yes, the problem is that, again, they care for you. They love you. They care for you and they love you, and you care for them. You probably have love for them as well. There is love there. There is care there. But what kind of love? What kind of love is it? I'm not seeing this person being able to love on the level that you need. You need a deep level of love. You need a deep level of everything. You're a very deep person. This can be a very dreamy card, this card. And I hope this is going to make sense, but they might be attracted to a person who they think you are. They think you're a certain thing. This is a kind of a fantasy, dreamlike thing. But they might not understand who you really are. And that, I think, is the crucial problem that you have. I think that's right at the center of all of your problems. They don't understand who you truly are, and I don't think you'll ever meet on the same level. Okay, so the last card you have for your future is the Chariot. So yes, I don't mean to be harsh, I don't mean to be nasty, I don't mean to be negative or any of these things, but what I'm seeing in the Chariot is you're going to have to steer this in one direction or another direction. You can't keep in this kind of middle of the road limbo type of situation. So you're going to have to come to the realization that you're either going to realize that they're on a different level to you in a lot of different ways, realize that they want a different kind of relationship to you, and realize that they're probably not going to ever want to address whatever this problem you had in your more distant past, whereas you are. So either you're going to have to move on from that and kind of just come to terms with that and stay with this person, or on the other hand, you can say, this is not going to work for me and I'm going to move on from that. So you have two directions that you can go in. Whatever happens, you've got to make up one of these. You've got to make up your mind on one of these decisions, because at the moment, I'm seeing that this is kind of spinning your life out of control. You need to take the reins like the man driving this chariot, and you need to steer it in the direction that is the right way for you. You need to take your life back and your strength back, and you need to steer it in a way that is not chaotic and turning your kind of emotions all over the place. So again, I can't tell you what to do, but you do have choices in this. And again, choices, I was seeing that in the Lovers card. So you've gone all the way back to square one again.